Hey everyone, hope all is well. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the reality that the past couple of months my upload schedule has been quite sporadic, and for that, I apologise. Recently, my life has been a roller coaster. Now, as I've mentioned before, throughout my life, I have gone through episodes of depression. I sought counselling or therapy, I went through the processes, and then I was on my way feeling better. But in this circumstance, the injury I had and the knock-on effect was devastating to my life. It demolished most aspects of my daily routine. Social life, my work, my activism, my creative outlets, making videos, playing in my band. But today I wanted to talk about, for me, a big lesson life has taught me the past 3.5 years. A big part of recovery is wanting to feel better, but feeling better in a way that seems real. Now, what do I mean by that? The past few years, there have been many instances where I haven't wanted to get out of bed in the morning, go out and socialise, open my post, check my emails, do a whole wide range of things that if I did them, it would help create some positive momentum in my life and thus make me feel better. And I realised the reason I didn't do a lot of these things was, in that moment, I felt awful. I felt little self-worth. I felt depressed and unmotivated. For me, that was my current reality. It's very simple to think that you either feel sad and miserable, or you feel happy, content, and energetic with life. We have activity constantly taking place in our brain. We have cells and chemicals constantly changing throughout our body. And therefore our mental health and well-being is never static. And by acknowledging that, we can understand that there is an opportunity at all times to push ourselves in the right direction. And this reminds me of a social psychologist named Amy Cuddy, who did a great TED Talk in 2012 about how your body language can shape who you are. I will link it with this video. By engaging in particular body language, like standing tall, arms on your hips, and keeping your back straight, if you do that for 60 seconds every morning, it helps boost your testosterone levels and reduce your cortisol levels, meaning you will feel a lot better throughout the day. And she mentions this phrase, fake it until you become it, which reminds me of this famous mind exercise you can do. Imagine you were in a movie, you were playing this character, and this character could be anything you want it to be. The character is in your home, goes out the front door. What would you love to do today if you could? Now, of course, you could think about flying and all these sort of things, but if you keep it in the realms of actual possibility, which can be a difficult thing to do if you are feeling low, but if you imagine that you were positive, play out that day in your head, and then go out and try acting as that character. This is something I'm trying to work with at the moment. I haven't got there yet. But if you think about the person you wish you could be, and you fake it, eventually you look back and go, wait a minute, I may have been faking it, but I was actually doing it. And therefore I have become the person I wanted to be. And this leads us back to what I deem to be one of the toughest parts of dealing with depression, which is most of the time, I know in my mind I am only a few steps away from doing something constructive, positive, that makes me feel better and gets that positive momentum underway. But at the same time, I'm comparing that to my reality in that moment, which is I feel awful. And I feel that I would be betraying myself if I wasn't to acknowledge that I don't feel right. This whole notion of wanting to be true to yourself is often seen as quite a liberating idea. But in the realms of depression and fighting against mental struggles, I realise it's actually quite inhibiting. And it reminds me of this quote that I've mentioned in many videos before. We are just rehearsing who we think we are. We are not in perpetual stasis. We are constantly evolving. And we can try and push ourselves in a way of positive momentum or with negative. But it's not easy. And it hasn't been easy for me. I'm still trying to crack it. And you deep down want to stay true to yourself. But the truth is, at any one moment in time, you are just steps away from moving in a direction of progress. And I'm still trying to work that out. I want to be better than this, but it takes time, and progress doesn't go in a straight line. There will be setbacks here and there. Yeah. I feel in a very apologetic mood right now. I've not been feeling great about myself lately, although I had a really productive meeting with a psychiatrist earlier. I'm going to be going into another round of cognitive behavioural therapy, hopefully. And I've got some really great news coming over the horizon. But the fact that you're still watching and sticking with me is testament to your love and respect. And I have all of that for you as well. So please know that despite what my actions may suggest at any time, I don't take any of you for granted. And I can't wait to get to a point in my life where I can look back and go, I thought I was never going to get out of this, but we finally did it. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. Anyway, I love you all from the bottom of my heart. I will see you next week. So adios, till next time.